as well. Okay. Hey, Jessiana Seville here from the Kidney RD. I'm a renal dietitian, board certified renal nutrition specialist, and I help people preserve kidney function along with my group of 5 other dietitians. And we are so passionate about this topic. It's like to come in here live a couple times a week and talk about and clarify some information that is really important when it comes to kidney disease. So you can find us at thekidneyrd.com, but today I'm going to talk about preserving kidney function using the power of probiotics. So we're going to go ahead, and I always have my little notes here that I got to make sure I have. So first off, let's talk about prebiotics. So we have prebiotics and probiotics. Prebiotics are the fiber that feed the good bacteria in your gut, and you want to include plenty of these in your diet. We have a post that's going up that talks all about prebiotic foods. Things like jicama, onions, garlic can be some really, really beneficial food in your diet. In general, if you get some really good fruits and vegetables in your diet, you're going to get a lot of good fiber. We also like to use things that are resistant starch is a good prebiotic food, and you get resistant starch in your foods if you use, for example, if you cook potatoes, let them cool, and then even if you heat them up again, the resistant starch builds from those foods just from letting them cool. Rice does that, potatoes do that as well, and that's a really good prebiotic fiber that your bacteria love. So get some prebiotic foods, check out our post so you can see some more ideas there. Second things, add some fermented foods to your diet. So fermented foods do not have to be a lot to get a lot of benefit. Common fermented foods that people are familiar with are kimchi, sauerkraut, and then almost any vegetable you can ferment. There's even been some studies that fermenting turmeric or turmeric root can make it more bioavailable and give you that really good natural bacteria. So that would be another really critical piece. If you hear background noise, because my 2-year-old just snuck in here and I have this bag of bells and he's playing with them. But we all need a little bit of music on the background anyways. So fermented foods. If you're in the grocery store looking for a fermented food as well, then what you're going to look for on the fermented foods is one that doesn't have added vinegar. Usually if it's like a pickle or a sauerkraut and they put vinegar in there, then it means that that food actually isn't fermented. They're using the vinegar to give that same fermented taste. So you look for one that just has, herbs in it. They can often be fairly salty, but again, you only need like a tablespoon to get billions and billions of those healthy bacteria in your gut. So you don't need very much. It can add just such a nice flavor to your food. So even though it might be a little bit salty, it's just a tablespoon or 2. If you never added a touch of fermented onions or sauerkraut to your tacos or your salads, they are fantastic. Okay, so number 3, if you're going to take a probiotic, take a prebiotic. You can get a supplemental prebiotic, or you can just take a normal one. So we like FOS, we like sun fiber, we like acacia gum. Those are some common prebiotics that we use. All right, number 4. If you have some gut issues and maybe you've even added in a probiotic and it really bothers you. Some people, they add probiotics in and it really bothers them. It makes them more bloated. It makes them more gassy. They have all sorts of issues just taking them. They're like, I can't take these. They make me feel sick. That might be a good sign that you need to look deeper at your gut. We do something called gut mapping. It's called GI map. It's an FDA approved stool sample that looks at your gut basically from the top to the bottom and can let us know what's in there that might be causing problems. What type of bacteria is there? What is the permeability of your gut? Do you have any pathogens there? And from that, we're able to create a really good strategic way to help people heal their gut. It's a very incredible tool for us. We like to use it in autoimmune cases. But again, that can be an option for you. If probiotics bother you, you can always use some tools, test, not guess, to get some help. Another thing that you can do is you can make your own fermented foods. It's not as hard as you think. Sometimes it can be as simple as adding, and I'm going to bring my little guy who's going to sit on my lap for a second. Sometimes it can be as easy as adding in a little bit of a probiotic powder into a coconut yogurt, and you let that sit and it will make a coconut yogurt, and it has its own bacteria that's growing in there, and that can be a good way to add some bacteria into your diet. But if you Google even fermented foods, there's so many good recipes, good tools to make your own, and they are absolutely delicious and add just a really great flavor to any of your foods. Okay, so I think that is basically it today. Add a prebiotic with your probiotic. If you're using a probiotic, we like to use the 5 for 5 rule. So at least 5 strains of bacteria, and the best post ever today. 5 strains of bacteria, 5 different strains, and at least 5 CFU. And then you want to add some fermented foods to the diet, and definitely consider a probiotic prebiotic combo. Oh boy. You never want to have a 2-year-old help you with these posts. Anyways, that's all for today, and check us out at thekidneyrd.com, and until next time, bye-bye. Oh boy.